Okay, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, 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 girl. I wanted to go to the Bravo Shade Room because I wanted to look at some of the clips from the show before I talked about the entire episode. So there's a couple of clips from the show. Let's see. I'm on the Bravo Shade Room. Shout out to the Bravo Shade Room. I really feel like shout out to everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. The other video, I just started the video because I really wanted to get my feelings about Stefan Diggs and Cardi B out. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. We're just down here talking about the clips for Real Housewives of Atlanta. I haven't watched the full episode yet, so I'll come back with a full episode. I imagine it's not going to be different from what I have to say about the clips, but I want to see full context of things, the context that they give us. It's never ever a full context of the things ever. Um, Phaedra Park says Phaedra Park says she wants to see RHOA where it used to be. So I'm getting back on the Titanic to raise it up.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
And the cast of Married to Medicine was very miserable. She literally said the same thing she said that Real Housewives of Atlanta was a sinking ship. So she was leaving before it sank. And now someone is over there putting a battery in her back because you're not a life vest. You're not. Phaedra is not a life vest for any of these shows, and she has proven not to be. Do not attach yourself to Phaedra thinking you're going to stay afloat. That's not happening. And the fact that last week's ratings were the series, not the season. We are on season 16 of a series that started in 2009, 2008. I think it started in 2008, 2007 maybe. I don't remember when Real Housewives of Atlanta started. Hey Siri, when did Real Housewives of Atlanta premiere?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia.
2008. Thank you. 2008. So 16 seasons since 2008. The series low in 16 seasons was the episode that Phaedra came back. So what does that tell you? She's not a life vest, honey. She's a drill in your boat. For her to go over to Married to Medicine, that's why I don't like her personality. For her to go over to Married to Medicine and say the things that she said, saying that they were funny looking. We know what you look like. We remember what you look like. That mockery of a face that you got down there. The reason why you literally have to wear a fucking colored wig so no one will remember what the fuck you look like. Bitch, we remember. We got the people are pulling receipts on that mug, girl. For her to call Angela like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't particularly care for her. So she was on that pick me bitch Sherry Shepherd show, and she is saying the same shit. I saw a clip from the episode where Brisket tells her she invited Apollo somewhere, and she was like, I don't care about Apollo. I don't care nothing about Apollo. I don't care. I don't care nothing about Apollo. Oh, you didn't? You sure got to running when he came with Shireen over there, bitch. You got to running. You packed up your shit. I don't like the mean girls. But then the first time we're reintroduced to you, you talking Cash Money shit about people you haven't even met. Here she go.
15 years, if I'm correct, since you made your debut as a Real Housewife. Mm-hmm. So how's it feel, girl, going back home? You know what? I'm super excited because I want to see Atlanta back where it used to be. We were the flagship.
You will never, I'm sorry, and I don't want to sound negative, but that will never happen. The way we view television is done. The way we used to view television in 2008 on up to probably 2000, I would say probably starting at season 8, 9. That's when the ratings started looking crazy. But that's when the ratings started looking crazy for all of the shows, because we all view television differently now. People have the DVRs. People watch it on the the sites where I call them pirate sites, right? Where they just post the entire show. You don't have to have Bravo. You don't have to have nothing. And then Peacock, they come and watch it on Peacock later. So it will we literally have to accept that is never going to happen again. You cannot have that as a goal when the circumstances are not the same. It's a dumb goal to have. It's not an attainable goal. It's not at all.
We were the most watched out of all of the franchise.
And you were the most watched, not for Phaedra. You were the most watched for Kenya, and you were the most watched for Nene. Everybody had their favorites, but let's be clear who the stars of the show were. Not Phaedra, not Porsha. We just saw Porsha run out of a scene with Drew. Run out of a scene because the bitch's emotional intelligence is as low as her brain intelligence. Honestly. That's why Porsha can't stay seated. She starts fidgeting when somebody gets with her because her reaction, she wants to fight because she doesn't have the words. The lexicon is lacking for the doll. So she has to get up and leave because she wants to fight, right? Her ass needs to be over there on baddies with Lemmy and Zeus because that's what she wants to do. And then she'll leave saying, these girls are not going to get me upset. No, because you can't control yourself. After Drew mentioned Future, which she definitely should have, you're not going to sit up on this show and tell some fucking lies about me because we can start saying what's in the blogs. Do you want us to start repeating things that Simon said about you? Let's talk about Future. Since you want to talk about me fucking Dennis and whoever else, Black or whoever this other guy is, let's talk about you fucking Future. Aren't you going through a divorce like I'm going through a divorce? Porsha, well, hold on now. No, well, hold on now, Sheree. No, ain't no hold on now, nothing, bitch. Somebody say, Drew wasn't Porsha wasn't allowed to finish talking to Drew. I'm not gonna, if you start talking to me and the minute I hear a syllable of a lie come out of your mouth, I'm gonna stop you. You're not gonna be able to get it all the way out. You're not gonna lie. If you're gonna keep going, I'm gonna hear you out. But once you start lying, hold on. Stop it. We're not going to let you lie. Phaedra, the show was never going to get back, and you would not be the one to bring it back. And I don't know who's down to Bravo, NBC, Universal, Truly, who are putting batteries in the mediocre girls' backs. These girls are not bringing in the ratings. You moved her over to Married to Medicine. She did absolutely nothing. Porsha gives you confessional gangster. She says all her shit's in a confessional. She will not say it to your face. And somebody has put a battery in this lady's back for her to think that her presence is going to increase the viewership when in fact you came back. And the first episode that reintroduced you, bitch, was the series, not season, the series of the entire series. The episode that you came back was the series low.
Hey, girl. Hey, boo.
We can't.
So I did say it was the Titanic. Back on the Titanic, the honey, raise them up, child. Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about Real Housewives, clips from Real Housewives. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, let's go. Okay, so where were we? Oh, we were talking about Phaedra. The irony that the episode where she was reintroduced was the lowest in the entire history of RHOA.
Okay, so now you're back. What can we? This is Phaedra 2.0. 2.0. So what can we be looking forward to? Oh, well, it's freaking frag. So me and Porsha. Yes. Friendship, sisterhood. Just happiness, fun, and of course it'll be some foolishness. I know it will. I know you already should be being shady, Miss Queen of Shady, the Shady Boots lady over here. I remember. Okay, the last time you came here, I missed you. But and I'm saying I missed you. I was here. I missed you being here because you were with the cast of Married to Medicine. Mm-hmm. They were very miserable. Now you did not show up to the reunion. What had happened? Well, what had happened was, we started off really good, but then it got to be very miserable with the medicine. And, I didn't show up because I'm at a point where I only sit at tables where they want me at. And when, if they don't want me at the table, one thing for certain, two for sure, I'm going to eat because I keeps a job. Okay. You have never lied a day in your life. You can't teach people to hustle, okay? Okay. It's been 15.
I don't like stuff like that. Sherry, what are you talking about? She hasn't lied a day in her life. She lied on Candy. She lied on Candy and Todd. She said that Candy and Todd were going to drug and rape Porsha. down to the sex dungeon. She has lied in her life. Girl, please. She lied on Kenya. She held on to a lie that her husband told her, that Kenya was trying to suck his dick down to a hotel or something. Kimura across the street. No. Girl, you have lied. You a whole lie. Girl. Okay, let's go to the next clip. Fans react to the RHOA series low viewers with Phaedra's debut return. Jalen believes his wife Fallon's presence on RHOA could shake the table and increase the show's current low levels. Your wife is a vase. She needs to sit in the foyer and be pretty. That's it. Nothing to be said. Nothing to be heard from. Fallon is not going to do nothing but have another baby. That's all she's going to do. And we're tired.
I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Okay? So that's not going to work, girl. Give the viewers what they're asking for because I'm coming with receipts. That's what Fallon said. No, my dear, you are a vase, and we're going to keep it like that. Shamia Morton says she invited Porsha to dinner with Ralph so she could get her lick back. But Porsha is saying that Shamia didn't invite her for that she invited Porsha because Porsha told Drew that she invited her because she just thought she was out. She didn't know that she was with Ralph. But now this is what she's saying. Okay, let's listen.
Deal about Drew hanging out with Dennis, her ex. What do you think about Porsha then filming with Drew's ex, Ralph? I think we know what Shamia thinks. Oh, I think it's okay. I'm the one that invited her. Yeah. It was just a dinner. Disclaimer that we were all at. I just felt like I needed a witness so that everyone knows that Ralph and I were not on a date. Ralph and I have worked together in the past. I hosted a podcast. It was like the Real Husbands of Atlanta with Todd, Candy's husband, and it was strictly business, helping a friend out. I'm still married. There's no interest there for me. So I needed it to be very clear. That's why I brought Porsha along. And then, I let her get a little lick back. Yeah. Porsha made a very big deal about Drew.
Shamia's in the comments saying, oh my God, it was a joke. But then when it came to Porsha saying he wouldn't sleep with Charles, you told Angela it wasn't your fight. This wasn't your fight either, but yet you inserted yourself in something that had nothing to do with you. Once again, Kenya was right. She called Shamia a lapdog years ago. Oh my God, I was rooting for her so much, but she's getting so corny. Oh my God, no. Lapdog. Yep. There's a gif of Kenya saying lapdog. Right, period. Duh, we knew that. Shamia has been an epic fail. Return to sender. I'm so happy Drew is sticking to calling Shamia's Porsha's lapdog. Can't believe a woman who married into wealth would act this dotish. Oh, Shamia has no reason that we've seen to dislike Drew. Every season is Drew this, Drew that. Y'all love bullying Drew, and whether the fans like Drew or not, most of us are sick of it. Drew, we're going to need you to stand up. All right. Lamont talks to Kelly about speaking to her ex-husband, Mark. Okay, let's hear. I told me you ain't never seen a man who doesn't want to take care of his children. When they no longer have, I don't know how many times I have to tell y'all that, and how many times you have to see it. When they no longer have access to you, they will use the kids. They will hurt the kids in order to get to you. That's why I said those are your babies. To me, unfortunately, once you break up with somebody, you should assume that they are going to be more distant to the children. You could assume, like the other day, that's what I said the other day. I was just thinking about my son graduating from high school, and I thought to myself, there's nothing, you can't even stand on the graduation field with your son and impart any wisdom in him because you don't have any wisdom. Yeah, I picked a good fucking one. And unfortunately, a lot of women have picked a man to have children with, and that man can't impart any wisdom, any discipline, any structure, anything, because they don't exhibit it themselves. That's the reason why the mother doesn't want to be with them. You understand what I'm saying? The qualities of the man, he can't impart. That the woman doesn't want to be with him because the man doesn't have the qualities that she needs, right? What do you think he's going to impart on your child? Nothing. That's what did you learn from your dad? What did you learn? What did he teach you? What did y'all talk about? Nothing. It'd be nothing every single time. You can't even just even like get into a mode. I don't want to hear no excuse you didn't have no daddy. Because what a lot of people have learned is what they didn't get, they want to make sure their children has. So instead of using it as an excuse that you didn't have a motherfucking bitch ass daddy, you gonna turn into the same nigga? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna do the same thing. Remember how you felt when your dad didn't come get you when he said he was coming to get you? You're gonna do that same thing. You're gonna imprint your children with the same thing. That's why they don't deserve children. Off with their motherfucking heads and their last names. Cut their last names off. These niggas don't deserve children. If you don't want to be a parent, you don't deserve a child, nor do you deserve a child running around with your last name. Every single one of those children's last name would be changed to Kelly's maiden name, her father's name. You don't deserve children. You don't want to take care of them. You don't deserve anybody running around with your last name. If you don't want to take, that's the thing. When y'all go get child support and somebody is fighting with you about child support and your divorce decree, you ask the fucking judge to change your children's last name to your name if that motherfucker doesn't want to take care of his fucking children. And also in the divorce decree, you want your last name added to your children's last name if you want to hyphenate their names. Fuck that. These motherfuckers, you practically die in childbirth. That is literally life and death happening at the same time. And you slap your name on that motherfucker, I don't mean to call your kid a motherfucker, but you slap that motherfucker's last name on your kid, on your baby? No, we're not playing those games. It's 2025. We don't, that tradition of giving a man credit for something he didn't do is over with. Fuck that. All them kids, even the dog, we changed the last name to Kelly's last name. Whatever her maiden last name is, all the children have that. I want that in my divorce decree. If I was a fool enough to get married, that would be in my divorce decree. I want all my children with my maiden name. I want my name back, everything. I want my last name back, please, judge. And then isn't that crazy? You have to ask a judge. You have to ask the judge because you got married. You got a license to do this thing. So now you need a judge. You talking about, I want to keep the white man out my pocket. Go down and get a marriage license. You got them in your pocket right then and there. When you got a marriage license. So when you get out of pocket and she wants to dissolve the marriage because you a fucking clown, the judge is going to have to make some rulings on it. He's going to be in your pocket. And if you don't want to take care of your children, I ain't never seen a man who don't want to take care of your children. Are you kidding me? Girl, step outside. Ask 10 women. Does the father take care of them? I'm sure there are some. Shout out to the present and attuned fathers who spend time with their children, not just throw money at them, but spend time imparting wisdom and love and affection to their children. Shout out to those men who are actually parents. They just don't have kids. Yeah, I got kids. Are you a parent to your children? That's what you need to ask these niggas when y'all trying to date these motherfuckers. You have kids, they'll lie and say they don't. That's how you know they're yours. Because these motherfuckers will lie and say they don't have kids so they can get in good graces with another woman.
To take that load, no matter.
Your children do not deserve a bitch ass father like that. So they don't deserve his last name either. Put your name on your work. That's your work. Those children, you are imparting wisdom on them every day. Every day you're taking care of them, feeding them, giving them home every day, giving them love, giving them all the extra things that these motherfuckers don't even think about. Trying to make sure that when they are done depending on you for their survival, that they can survive on their own. Them motherfuckers have done nothing to contribute to that. When your child is in the world and you've imparted so much wisdom on them and they're getting ready to make a decision, they're going to hear your voice, not his, yours.
Really don't deserve that. It's crazy to me. The fact
that makes me really sad for her.
Just take a break from being a parent. I don't get to take a break from being a parent. That's not how parenthood works.
Don't work like that. It don't work like that.
By me, but you got to do right by them.
You don't have to do right by me, but you got to do right by them. They are an extension of you, and the way that they hurt you is by hurting those children. I wish y'all would understand that. That's how they're hurting you, because you are connected to the child. So they know because you're connected to the child. That umbilical cord, yes, they cut it, but you're connected to your child. Ask anybody whose mother died. They can feel it when their mothers die. They literally, people will describe to you they feel they feel it. The umbilical cord, actually, the spiritual umbilical cord cuts when your mother transitions. Everybody will tell you how they feel. If they're close to their mother, they will tell you, I felt like something broke in me. That's them, girl. Those are your babies. You understand me? Those are your motherfucking babies. You give your baby your last name. That's your baby. That's your baby. That's not that nigga's baby. They can abandon their children like that. There's a lot of motherfuckers who don't deserve children. Women too. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't deserve children. You don't deserve these little people. They depend on us. That's really sad. And then you say they don't deserve that. No, they don't. They don't deserve him. He doesn't deserve children. He doesn't deserve the children. That's why you give your children your last name. Because when it's all said and done, and when they go out into the world and they're doing things in the world, they're going to hear your voice. They're not going to hear his voice. No wisdom. He has imparted no wisdom on them at all. He's imprinting abandonment. He's imprinting rejection. You need to get those children in therapy so that they can understand that their dad leaving don't have nothing to do with them. That is his own choice. Just because you're not in a relationship with the mother does not mean that you are absolved of maintaining a relationship with the children. And if you choose to dissolve the relationship with the children, then you don't get to be called dad. You don't get a Father's Day. You don't get nothing. But we're going to make sure that life insurance policy is up to date. That's what we're going to make sure, because what you will do on the back end is when you die is pay these children what you didn't give them. That's what they gonna get from you, motherfucker. In your death, they will be paid. Period. You make sure that you put a goddamn life insurance policy on that motherfucker. So when he dies, he can be worth what he was worth more in his death than he was while he was living. I don't play that shit. Bitch ass niggas. Let's go to the next clip. The ladies arrive in Grenada. Cute. Her and Cynthia arm wrestling. That was cute. Okay, so they got their rooms. Okay, now they're out to dinner. Drew talks about Porsha filming with Ralph to get back with her. Cynthia calls it even. I want to read the comment that I saw on Twitter this morning after we look at this. This is what somebody on Twitter said, and I completely agree. Hold on, let me get to my... No, Cynthia, this is from Ansel D'Angelo. Ansel D'Angelo on Twitter. Pronounced Ansel, he says. I'd have to look at his bio. Ansel says, no, Cynthia, we are not calling it even. Drew filmed with Dennis. The recording and release of her album was a part of her storyline. Porsha filmed with Ralph in an attempt to make Drew look like the immoral whore that Porsha actually is. They're not even, and I agree with this. It's not, and nobody asked you, girl. Drew's been in the business for almost 20 years. Of all producers in Atlanta, she chose to work with Hot Dog Man without talking to Porsha. Porsha has no control over Dennis. Porsha has no control over what Dennis does. She only has a child with him. The only time Porsha needs to be concerned with what Dennis does is when it's relation to their child. Everything else is full free range. Period. Y'all got to get out of that. Just because you done had sex with a man and had a baby with him, engaged to him, whatever the fuck, he cheated on you while you were pregnant and in postpartum. You don't get to say what he does. You don't get to have control of what, and what's her name? Drew is not even your friend. It's not that deep. That's what you said. Period. Somebody needs to give Cynthia a map or a download of Waze on her phone, child. She needs some directions because she's been standing on the wrong side of history this whole season. Cynthia has been a flop this season, inputting her 2 cents on situations that she's not fully privy to. Exactly. Porsha's fucking pathetic and jealous of Drew. Is so obvious of her insecurities. They're loud, baby. Cynthia's so washed up at this point. Her every take this season has been trash. It has. It really has. I was like, Cynthia has really been useless this season because it's really on the wrong side. All right, now let's see. I want to listen to this scene with Drew and Porsha, and then we're gonna see if we have anything else. Let's listen. Porsha goes and sits down with Drew. to talk about the shit that Porsha's been talking. Porsha said, I was already meeting with Shamia. She was meeting with Ralph. But then on this little clip that we played, Shamia said, and I invited her so she can get her lick back. You wanted the village slut to be your witness to make sure you weren't cheating on your husband with Ralph. What are you talking about? You hooked her up with Simon. Why would she hold anything and be a witness to you? If anything, she would be a witness to lie for you. If you were actually screwing Ralph, she would be the one to lie for you, not the one to be your witness. She's never been on your side for anything. I don't know why it's taking Shamia so long to notice that. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know. Have y'all ever been in a relationship with somebody who doesn't show up the way, like similar dynamics to Porsha and Shamia, where the friend doesn't show up, but you still holding on to them, giving them chances, holding on to them, giving them chances. Does anybody have that? Anybody is friends with a person who you just let them be who they are, even though you don't really care for their behavior. You just like, whatever, let them be who they are. As long as they ain't fooling with me or messing with me or stabbing me in the back, I don't give a fuck. But if the person is not reciprocal in the relationship, where you're doing all of this lap dogging for her, like you literally call yourself a lap dog. You called yourself a lap dog. Girl, oh no, hold on. It's a piece right here. I'm trying to roll the weed up, girl. But I have a fan on me, so I'm trying to get the reefer in the paper before the fan gets to it and blows everything out. I'm trying to block it. Maxine's over there laid out like she worked all night. Girl. These are watermelon sorbet chews. There's only one left. It's sativa. Sativa in the day. Keeps you energized, keeps you focused, keeps you in here. It doesn't get in your body. So it keeps your head high. Ooh, okay, let's finish listening to Drew. Porsha does that. Like she's playing that the way, even in her, you even know in her cadence. In her cadence, she knows that she's lying. She knows that she's not being honest. She knows that what she's saying has no truthfulness to it, and she just keeps saying it. That's why I said she's dangerous. She's fucking weird, bro. Get a bitch like that. Stop her dead in her motherfucking tracks and back her off of you. Let's finish listening. You see how she said, oh, so it's on the low. No, bitch, it ain't on the low. And that's the thing. I'm not going to let you finish telling a lie about me. You haven't learned your lesson with Candy and Todd. See, that's how y'all have to really get at Porsha. Call everything out, bitch. Call her fucking out. Call her out. Mention everything she is trying to control. Mention everything she is trying to control to keep from coming into the storyline. Call Simon's name. Call Dennis's name. Call their names. Call their names.
You mentioned me filming with Dennis.
I said, I know that's right. Clear the room, Drew. Make the anchor, Mrs. Guabadia, leave the room. It's giving when Nene closed the laptop. You better get to running, bitch. She left the scene because she can't take it. Like she literally starts fidgeting, moving stuff around. She said at the beginning, I don't do well when I'm angry or something like that. Because she can't control herself. Her emotional intelligence is low to match the brain intelligence in the gutter. She said it right at the beginning.
Told me.
He's out all day.
Miss Kevin.
Candy, what's your...
Okay, let's see. Let me go back to Shade Room. All right. Let's see some of the comments under that. Drew's packing up Porsha effortlessly. Porsha really thought she could attach another man's name on Drew, but Drew threw Future's name back in her, which Simon has already dropped in the divorce. That's why Porsha got mad and walked off. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Mention the shit. Porsha tries to control the narrative around her. Break the shit up. Bitch, you're not going to be able to play no games on these cameras. And you want to play a game with my name? Well, I'm in the middle of the divorce? Let's play with yours then. Porsha said Drew was giving her aggression. Drew was sitting there very calmly, not yelling. Does Porsha know what aggression means? I love this for Drew. She's not letting Porsha gaslight her. So when Porsha was engaged to Simon, she could care less on who Dennis filmed with. All of a sudden, she's upset about who he films with. Sounds controlling. Porsha, you try to throw a rock and hide your hand, but every time somebody matches your energy, you tuck your tail and play victim. Drew for this is this season's MVP. Funny how they propped up Porsha as this season's lead, and how how the mighty have fallen. Porsha, my girl, you didn't learn anything about lying on Candy. That's the thing I'm saying. You didn't learn anything about bringing lies to the damn camera. LMFAOOO. Drew had Porsha running up out of there. How you make all the false allegations about Drew, but as soon as she clocks your T, you don't want to play in the sandbox anymore. I'm so confused on how y'all are mad at Porsha for filming with Ralph, but y'all were screaming it was okay for Drew to film with Dennis, because there is actually a working relationship there. Porsha and Ralph don't have anything to talk about. They have nothing to talk about. What are they filming together for? But Porsha was pressed about her and Dennis. Now it's a different dude. Yeah, Drew get her. She ran up out of there because what? Whether she's dating black or white shouldn't have been disclosed on camera while she's going through a bitter divorce. So, my dear, all bets are off. What's up with Future and your divorce with Simon? Period. That's why I'm here for it. Mention Future. Mention whoever the hell else, the rumor, the new Nigerian scammer she done propped up with and who's married. Porsha, honey, she don't let grass grow under her tail either. She gets to moving. She stay on the move. Mobile Porsha, girl. Porsha and Drew disagree about filming with Dennis and Ralph.
Speaking on things.
Brisket mentioned that everybody. I don't think Phaedra understands that people bring Apollo around because he's the storyline. You're not the storyline. What did Cynthia tell her? Now that Apollo's gone, he's not your storyline. Well, Peter was your storyline. No, girl. Apollo was your storyline. And now he's gone. And now you looking crazy in the damn confessionals with your face screwed up. Girl, I can't deal with. I don't see it for Phaedra at all. Anyways, I'm gonna go watch the episode and come back, clean my glasses, come back, and we'll talk. All right. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.